Alright guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about staking NFTs into a liquidity pool. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, what is a liquidity pool, right? All that is a collection of tokens that are being locked into a smart contract, right? And so what that makes is decentralized trading more efficient while allowing investors to earn a reward on what they're providing liquidity for. So what they're holding and the liquidity they're providing. LP, aka liquidity pools, are actually the backbone of decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and SushiSwap. So there's two types of users on a liquidity pool. So there's liquidity providers, aka LPs, and they add an equal value of two tokens into a pool to create a market. So in other words, they're going to add ETH and USDC in equal amounts. So 0.01 ETH and the equivalent amount in USDC or whatever other token. In our instance, we're going to talk about pairing ETH with an NFT, okay? But LP tokens are then staked, right? The LP token is the combination of ETH plus USDC. It's matched equally. So those LP tokens are staked to generate rewards in the form of fees that get collected for interacting with the liquidity pool, right? So then there's the traders. The traders are the people who are removing part of the liquidity or they're accessing the liquidity. They're selling into the pool, they're buying from the pool, or they're swapping in the pool. And so all this activity, it generates fees for the LPs. That's their reward for providing and locking up liquidity into the liquidity pool. That's the only reason they even do it. There's an incentive for them to provide that liquidity. Let's get into the truth about NFT markets. Now, NFTs are amazing and they are non-fungible, which there's some crazy things you can do because that means that they're unique over a fungible asset, right? Which means interchangeable. However, but being non-fungible and being unique makes them illiquid, means they're very hard to sell or even price, right? So what do I mean by that? I mean that selling on a traditional marketplace, it requires matching with a buyer when you want to sell, right? Which may not exist at that time or at the price you're asking for. Where most of the liquidity lies is at the floor, right? But floor prices on OpenSea are what I call an illusion. There's often no liquidity there, and some of the offers that you're going to get from some of the bots, they're not even backed by anything. There's no liquidity backing that offer. So if you try to accept it, you're not going to get anything because that offer has already been expired or there's no ETH backing that offer. So it's truly an illusion, right? The other part that makes it an illusion is that floor prices are being set by the sellers arbitrarily instead of what buyers are actually spending on that asset and what they're buying it for, the lowest price they're buying it for. OpenSea doesn't show you that. Most markets don't show you that. And so what this means is that the floor prices are not accurate because sellers can't dictate what the price is if there's no buyers. The buyers actually tell you what the floor level price of that asset is going to be. So what are the main benefits of using an NFT liquidity pool? So you can earn additional yield rewards, aka tokens, and these tokens are used to redeem that NFT that's in the vault. So NFTs that are in the vault. So essentially you could, if you liked crypto pills or you liked Afro droids and you were in one of those liquidity pools for one of those projects, you could earn more Afro droids or earn more crypto pills in the form of a token that you could redeem for that actual NFT. By providing liquidity, you earn rewards. In other words, there's better price discovery for NFT projects. So you're going to find out what the true floor is via supply and demand. And then you can instantly sell an NFT without needing a buyer because there's liquidity locked up in the pool. So that means I don't need a buyer. I can sell it to the pool immediately through the smart contract. And then obviously increase liquidity for NFT investors and speculators. This just makes the project a lot more attractive. If they can get in and out of the asset easily, it's a huge benefit over a lot of other projects that don't do or don't have liquidity pools to access liquidity from the assets that you're holding. So let me explain how it works on a broad level, like technically. So if you can see my mouse here, you have a liquidity provider who's called a market maker, right? They're going to earn rewards from the behaviors of the traders, the market takers and the traders. So anytime somebody sells into the pool or they're buying from the pool or they mint into the pool, or they targeted redeem. I'm going to explain all these when I go through the walkthrough of the platform. However, these are the behaviors that liquidity providers get fees on, okay? So what does a liquidity provider do? They stake an NFT. So they're going to stake, in this instance, a crypto pill or an Afro droid or whatever NFT into a specific liquidity pool for that project, right? All the NFT assets are from the same project. So you're going to stake an NFT and the corresponding floor value of ETH, right? When the pool is started, that floor level is set. Once the pool gets started, that floor price will change based on supply and demand dynamics. However, so you put the NFT in and the ETH, that goes into an NFTX vault, right? So that is the liquidity pool. It's an NFT liquidity pool. Anytime somebody wants to instantly sell an NFT into the pool, they're going to pay a 5% fee. That 5% fee goes back to the liquidity providers, and they also earn a 0.3% fee on SushiSwap for all that action that's happening, because SushiSwap is what powers this whole thing underneath the hood. Okay. Now the LPs, the liquidity providers, they get paid rewards based on their percentage of the pool. So the people that provide more liquidity earn more percentage of those rewards, right? But if you want to buy an NFT from the vault, you're going to pay a 5% fee. If you want to swap one NFT that you have for another one that's in the pool, you're going to pay a 5% fee. All of those actions create fees that incentivize the liquidity provider to provide that liquidity into the market. Okay, so let me show you what's going on under the hood here. When somebody is staking an NFT, this is what's going on. When you stake the NFT into a liquidity pool, aka NFTX vault, it's minting a V token. Okay, a V token is, in this instance, for the crypto pills, is called pill, or for the Afro droids is called droid, right? It's a token that represents a claim on one of the assets in the liquidity pool, right? But you're also adding your ETH. So the smart contract combines these two things into an LP token, and then all at the same time, it stakes your LP token on SushiSwap. That's all happening behind the scenes. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to understand really what that is, but I wanted you to understand what's going on underneath the hood and how it works. This is all taken care of through the smart contract. Okay, so that's a broad level of how this stuff works. So what are the benefits of using NFTX? So for collectors and investors, people who believe in the project or long-term, you have a bunch of NFTs that are not earning you any yield. You're just hoping that one day they become more valuable, right? But with the use of these V tokens and basically using the world of DeFi to our advantage by merging DeFi and NFTs, collectors can earn rewards. They can get more value from these NFTs that they're holding. You can earn protocol fees, which is 0.3% at SushiSwap, and you can earn trading fees as a liquidity provider. You're going to earn 5% fees on all the action in the pool. Okay, as a creator, if you're a project creator or project, artist or whatever, you can earn protocol fees in perpetuity. You can create instant liquidity markets for your project, which is a very huge utility for your collectors, right? They can go in and out of the asset. It stabilizes the floor prices. You're not going to have the race to the bottom on OpenSea because people need liquidity. There's liquidity in the pool. They can access it at any time. So as long as you fund the pool with enough funding, then you can create quite a stable floor price and let the market decide what the asset is really worth on the floor. Okay, this is an attractive incentive for collectors. We talk about the benefits, but let's go through the risks, right? The main risk for NFT stakers or liquidity providers, this is the main risk for those types of people who are doing that kind of activity, is what's called impermanent loss. What that means is when you provide liquidity to a liquidity pool, the price of your deposit, the assets that you deposited, changed in comparison to when you deposited them. So if there's a sharp change in price, then you're exposed to what's called impermanent loss. It means that the loss is you have less dollar value at the time of withdrawal than when you deposited, right? But in many cases, you can earn fees that would make doing this still profitable as a liquidity provider. The name is misleading because losses are only actually realized once you withdraw your tokens from the liquidity pool. So you didn't actually lose anything unless you decide to withdraw at that moment. If you wait and the price changes, you may not be at an impermanent loss, right? The other major risk this is with any smart contract. This is not just with staking NFTs or any of this stuff. This is for every protocol, for every decentralized, anything that you use. Smart contracts contain a risk, right? And that risk is bugs in the code or malicious users exploiting bugs in the code, right? Now, I will tell you this, for NFTX, which is the platform that enables this, there's some high TVL projects. So what I mean by that is total value locked. There's a lot of money locked up in some of these vaults from some really massive projects like CryptoPunks, right? There's over 100 CryptoPunks in one vault, There's CryptoKitty vaults, there's Hashmask vaults. There's some pretty big projects that have value locked up in these vaults. So that tells me and that signals to me that there's trust in these contracts. These people are not going to put these very valuable assets in these vaults if they didn't look through them, didn't look through the code, didn't kind of validate that this was like a trustworthy platform to use. There's 4 main activities on NFTX that I'm going to walk you through step by step. Okay, and the 4 are staking NFTs and providing liquidity to earn rewards, aka yield, selling NFTs instantly into a liquidity pool, also known as a vault, buying NFTs from a pool, and then swapping or redeeming NFTs from the vault. Those are the 4 things that we're going to walk through right now. All right, so here we are at NFTX.io. I'm just going to walk you through what a vault looks like really quick and kind of why you would want to do it. But I'm going to go into the 4 parts of it, right? So let's just look at one of these vaults, right? You can see there's 108 CryptoPunks in this vault. Let's go here. So you can see there's 777 Penelope's Country Club in this vault. You can buy, you can sell, you can stake. I don't have any of these assets, so I can't stake them. And then you can look at the info, right? So this info is interesting. If you scroll down here, it shows you the recent activity. So somebody redeemed one, somebody picked one they wanted, they picked a random one. So there's this action in the vault. But what's interesting is this, the fees generated. So the people that provided liquidity, one of the major liquidity providers was the project itself, the project founders. So they funded this project with quite a bit of NFTs and quite a bit of ETH to start the pool. Well, over the lifetime, they've generated 94.79 tokens as rewards, plus whatever they made on SushiSwap. Well, what does that mean? If you look at the price of this asset, it's about 0.54. So if you do the math, 94, that's almost like 40 ETH, right? So we can go to Dune right here. There's a button. You can go to Dune Analytics and just look exactly, right? It tells you all the numbers. There's $1.2 million locked up in this vault. And the lifetime fees is 48 ETH is what they earned, right? This pool did. So those rewards got distributed based on what percentage the liquidity providers owned in the pool or provided liquidity for, okay? So that's essentially, just another vault that you can look at. But let me walk you through the 4 different things you can do in a vault. So for this, I'm going to use this AfroDroids example, okay? This is an unpublished vault that is going to be published once the community has the chance to get onto this liquidity pool. But let's say I wanted to stake a NFT. I have some AfroDroids and I want to stake them. This is going to be the process. So you're going to click on stake. Okay, you're going to see this warning because this is not published, but once we publish this, that will go away. You can pick, it's going to show you, once you connect your wallet, it's going to show you the AfroDroid NFTs that you have. And so let's just pick this one, right? I'm not going to actually go through the process, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So what you have to do here is it's going to tell you, so you can see here, I'm going to have to put in 1 droid. I can stake multiple ones. So if I pick another one, it's going to show 2. I have to put 0.06. Right, so that floor level price was set when the vault was created, okay? Now that price may change as there's buying and selling into the vault. Supply and demand is what dictates the floor level in the vault, okay? But what you would do is you would stake the NFT and stake the corresponding amount of ETH. You're going to have to click, it's going to say approve. You're going to have to click that. That's going to cost you a low amount of ETH. It's probably going to be in the $5 to $10 range. Maybe if you're staking a bunch, it's going to cost you 20 bucks. So what you're doing is you're giving approval to the smart contract to do something with those assets, okay? Then when you're done, you're going to click stake, okay? I just deposited some assets into the pool. The assets get locked up. The assets and the ETH get locked up for 48 hours, right? I'm going to be providing liquidity for a minimum of 48 hours. During that 48 hours, whatever goes on in the pool, I'm going to earn rewards during that time. If I want to unstake it, I can at the end of 48 hours, okay? But I would click stake. Now, one thing you need to understand is because you're doing a lot of operations in one transaction, it looks very simple, like you're just doing one thing. But essentially, if I picked a bunch of these, right? What I'm doing, let's say I have 4 assets. Well, I'm moving 4 assets basically 8 times. I'm creating tokens. I'm minting those tokens, right? And then I'm pairing them into an LP token and then staking them. So all these things happen on the back end Gas is going to be a lot more expensive than you think it is because so many operations are happening. You're actually doing a ton of transactions in one thing. So if you get an error, what's going to happen is it'll say like, transaction reverted, or you'll just get an error. Your MetaMask won't even open and give you a gas estimate, right? What that means is you don't have enough ETH in the wallet to complete that transaction, right? So you can lower the amount of assets that you're trying to stake, and then you can try it again. You can click stake, and then if MetaMask opens up, it'll give you an estimate of what the fee is, and then you can click approve. That's how you stake an NFT into a vault, okay? Again, your asset is locked up for 48 hours. All right, let's move into selling into a vault, right? So essentially, once this is published, this will be available for the public to see. But because I have access to it, I can actually sell into this vault because there is liquidity in this vault already. So again, these are some of the droids that I have. I can pick one and I can, I'm on sell. I can pick that one. I can approve the token, right? For them to do something with it. And then I can sell it. I can sell it immediately right now for this amount, 0.0277 ETH. That will immediately get deposited into my wallet because there's liquidity in the pool. I'm not waiting for a buyer. The pool is the buyer immediately. The funds are there for it to be sold. Okay, that's one major benefit to being able to sell into a market or a vault, is that the liquidity is there. Again, you're going to be selling a little bit below the floor price, right? Because those fees. But again, remember, if I were to put this asset for 0.03, you're like, well, why would I sell for 0.0277 if I can sell it for 0.03? Because that's the floor on OpenSea. Well, you can go and put it on OpenSea. That doesn't mean somebody's going to be there to buy it. You may wait days, you may wait hours, you may never get a chance because the floor may even drop further on OpenSea. And then now you're in the middle of a pack and you didn't get to sell it. So that's the benefit of being able to sell it immediately right now for ETH. Okay. All right. Now let's get into buying an NFT from the vault. So I can click, you can see there's 40 droids in here, right? And I can buy them for 0.0324. Okay. I can pick any droid that's in this vault, any one that I want. I can pick one, and then I can buy it. Boom. I can click buy now. It charges me, and then I get that droid, right? That's that simple. So you don't need to wait for somebody to put one of these for sale. They're all for sale right now in this vault. Okay, that's how you would buy, right? There's a couple of different other aspects to this that kind of get a little tricky that I want to go through. If you provide liquidity or you want to swap one out, which is going to be the next part of this video, but there's another way that you can buy one, right? You can click redeem, right? And what you would have to do is have to buy a droid token. You would need one whole droid token. So you'd click that, it would take you to SushiSwap, and you'd have to buy one full droid token. And that allows you to get a random one from the pool by clicking one, right? That's the cost, is one droid token. It's one random droid from the pool. If I want to pick one specifically, you see the price is 1.05. You would need 1.05 droid. That's that 5% fee that goes to the liquidity providers. But I would need that to be able to what's called targeted redeem. Okay, so that's just targeted redeem. And you can see once I click here, it shows me 1.05. Okay, and that's how you would targeted redeem one. One other thing, the other workaround, let's say I want to swap my droid. Let's say I have one that I really don't like, or you have another project, the crypto pill, you don't want to use. You can get around paying those fees by just providing liquidity for 48 hours. So you would just stake your NFT, like I just explained before. Essentially, you would just wait the 48 hours, and then you could unstake those tokens and you could redeem a random one to swap it out randomly, or you could just go and buy the 0.05 of this token to cheaply swap out for one that you actually want in the pool. You're going to see opportunities to find items that are more rare than the one that you have that you want to get, or items that are more desirable to you. There's going to be a lot of different reasons to be doing this kind of activities. And so that's just how you would be able to get around paying the fee. And you could see that down here on info. You're going to see the fee settings. So there's a 5% fee here for minting into the vault, and there's a 5% fee for targeted redeems, but there is a 0% fee for random, and you do not pay a fee for supplying liquidity, in other words. So hopefully that helps. Anybody who has any questions, you can go ahead and reach out in the Discord channel, where we're going to be like addressing any questions about how to do this. All right, as a last little wrap up to this video, I wanted to add some commonly asked questions. Let's go through these questions, okay? If I stake my NFT, can I get the same one back? The answer is no and yes. Yes, it's possible that you can get the same one back. However, when you stake the NFT, you're putting it into a vault, so you no longer have that NFT in your wallet. It's going to the smart contract. The contract created an account that is holding that NFT. Anybody at any time can then come in and buy or redeem that NFT. So while you can get the same one, so don't stake any NFTs that you don't want to risk someone else possibly snatching up. Okay. Number 2, am I guaranteed to gain a profit? The answer to that is obviously no. You're not guaranteed any kind of gain or profit. Now, you can guarantee that you will earn rewards for actions taking place in the vault, but there has to be enough people in the vault and enough activity in the vault. If nobody's doing anything with the vault, nobody's buying or selling or doing anything, then it's not going to generate that many rewards, right? So it benefits the community to make this pool as large as possible and have a lot of activity in the pool. Again, that guarantees you that you're going to earn tokens that you can exchange for more of that NFT, right? Or you could possibly sell for ETH. But the price of ETH can change, or the price of the NFT can change, so you're not actually guaranteed a profit. Also, there's the cost of gas to do the staking, and so it may take a little while for you to become in the green because it costs you more to deposit and stake them than you've earned in rewards. So you're not guaranteed. Just like anything else, you're not guaranteed a profit. Obviously, you want to do your own research and make up your own decisions, make up your own mind on what you want to do with this. Okay. Number 3, can I set the sell price of my NFT in the vault? The answer to that is no. The supply and demand is what controls the price. So people buying it drive the price up. People selling it drive the price down. You can't set the price of the NFT that you staked. Remember, when you're staking NFT, you're taking that NFT out of your wallet and you're putting it into another account, another essentially wallet that's controlled by the smart contract. That being said, you only want to put non-rare and floor level NFTs. If you have super rare assets, it doesn't make any sense for you to deposit them into the vault because other people may spot that it's a rare one or it's a very valuable one and they will come in and snag it for the floor price and you just lost a very rare item. So make sure you know what you're depositing into the vault. Okay, that goes into the next question. What if I find a rare NFT in the vault? Can I buy it? The answer is yes, and that's going to happen. Obviously, somebody has number 10,000 and somebody has number 8,000. Well, the person who has number 8,000, they might want to sell theirs into the vault, and you have 10,000. So now you can come in and go and get that one with the lower rarity score and swap it out. Some people are going to make mistakes. Some people don't care about rarity and they just want a set of NFTs or they don't like it aesthetically. There's going to be all kinds of reasons to be looking into this vault and maybe sniping some certain items that you might like. Yes, that's possible. Number 5, what if the price is different in the vault than on OpenSea? That's a great question. And why that would happen? That will happen, essentially. The OpenSea price is dictated by the sellers. What are they listing it at? Now, if there's a big difference in price between what's in the vault and what's on OpenSea, what's going to happen is there's an opportunity for arbitragers where people will either buy on OpenSea and sell to the vault for a profit or buy on the vault and try to sell on OpenSea for a profit. Eventually, that action will be equalized by the buying and selling and the prices will align. The vault should dictate a smarter floor price that OpenSea should then eventually follow. And not OpenSea the company, but because of the participants in the market, they will end up equalizing the price, if that makes sense. Number 6, I only have rare NFTs. I don't want to stake them. Well, that's an easy answer. Don't stake them. What you need to do, or what you should do if you want to participate in staking and getting rewards, is go buy the floor on OpenSea and then stake those items. Now you're not staking your rare items. So this helps the project, and this also allows you to potentially earn more of that project through the token rewards. Number 7, who controls the liquidity pool? That is a great question. While the pool is not published, it is controlled by the person who started the pool. That's why we're doing this as a community. However, once we've given the community the opportunity to get into the pool, we're going to publish it. The vault is now controlled by the NFTX DAO, and you can see their voting on chain. It's all, governance. You have to vote to change any fees or anything like that. So this is to prevent malicious people who are starting vaults and then changing the fees after people have already deposited assets into the vault. Okay. So it's controlled by smart contracts, number one, and then those smart contracts are controlled by the NFTX DAO. And you can see that at the very bottom of their website. You can go and look at all the things that are getting voted on. Number 8, why is gas so expensive to stake NFTs? So first of all, you want to check the gas price, right? The current gas price. So you can check gasnow.org. If gas is expensive, then staking an NFT is going to be expensive. However, this is going to be more expensive than a traditional transaction because you're doing multiple transactions in one. So imagine if you paid the gas for like 3 or 4 transactions, add that up. That's essentially what you're going to be doing in one single transaction. So it can get expensive. So you may want to wait for the right time for gas to be low in order to avoid paying a higher fee. Now, what you're going to see is it's going to quote a lot higher than what actually gets charged, right? So the max fee it's going to give you when it opens up MetaMask may be pretty high, and you're going to see it like, whoa, that's kind of high. Well, what ends up getting charged is a lot less because it's not using all that gas. The other thing is if MetaMask doesn't even open up, it means you don't have enough ETH in the wallet to be able to stake, right? So you should reduce the number of NFTs you're trying to stake at once to see if MetaMask opens up, or you just need to add ETH enough to have to cover the max fee, the possible max fee when staking, right? And then number 9 is, should I do it? I only have one NFT. The answer to should I do it is I can't tell you. None of us can tell you what to do. You need to do your own research. You need to feel comfortable with the process and understand what's going on. If you need to read the documentation or you need to ask more questions, go ahead and ask more questions. We can't tell you what to do. If it's in your best interest to do it, go ahead and do it if you want to earn more rewards. Now, if you only have one NFT, what I would recommend, what I would do, I can't tell you what to do, is I would go buy another floor NFT or another few floor level NFTs on OpenSea, and I would use those to stake those. And I'd pick the one that I liked best, and I would keep that one and hold that one myself. So hopefully that answers some of the most common questions. If you have additional questions, please feel free to ask in the Discord. Thanks.